The fiery furnace, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, and the brave faith. A long time ago, in a great big land called Babylon, there was a powerful king named Nebuchadnezzar. He was the most important man in the whole kingdom. Whatever he said, everyone had to obey. He wore robes that shimmered in the sunlight and a golden crown that sparkled with jewels. His palace was so tall and wide, it looked like it could touch the clouds. One day, King Nebuchadnezzar had an idea. "I want to make something grand," he said. "Something so big and shiny that everyone will see how great I am." So the king built a golden statue. It was taller than a house. It was wide and heavy and covered in bright gold. The statue stood in the middle of a giant field where everyone could see it. Then the king sent messengers all over the kingdom. They went to every town and every village and shouted, "Come, come, the king has made a golden statue. When you hear the music play, horns and harps and flutes and drums, you must bow down to the statue. If you do not bow, you will be thrown into a blazing, fiery furnace." The people were afraid. A furnace was a place where fire burned hotter than anything else. It could melt iron. No one wanted to go in there. So when the music played, everyone in the kingdom dropped to their knees and bowed low to the golden statue. Everyone, except 3 young men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These 3 men loved God with all their hearts. They didn't worship statues. They didn't bow down to kings. They only prayed to the one true God who made the stars, the trees, and their hearts. So when the music played, they stayed standing. They looked up at the sky and quietly said in their hearts, "We will worship only you, God. You are our King." But someone saw them. Some of the king's helpers rushed to tell him, "Your Majesty," they said, 3 men didn't bow. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they stayed standing. They won't worship your golden statue." The king was furious. His face turned red and hot like fire. "Bring them to me," he shouted. The guards grabbed the 3 men and brought them before the king. The throne room was quiet. The fire and the torches flickered. Everyone waited to hear what the king would say. "Is it true?" the king said slowly. "You did not bow when the music played?" The 3 men stood tall. They weren't shaking. They didn't cry. They looked straight at the king. "We will not bow," they said. "We only worship our God. He can save us from the fiery furnace. But even if he does not, we will never worship your statue." The room gasped. No one had ever said no to the king before. Nebuchadnezzar's eyes burned with rage. "Make the fire 7 times hotter," he yelled. "Tie them up and throw them in." The soldiers tied up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego with ropes. The furnace roared and spat flames. It was so hot that even the soldiers who came near were burned by the heat. With a loud clang, the door to the furnace was opened. The 3 men were thrown inside. The fire rose high. Sparks flew. The king sat on his throne waiting, but then he blinked. "Wait," he said. "Didn't we throw 3 men into the fire?" "Yes, your Majesty," said the guard. "But look," the king said, pointing. "I see 4 men walking in the fire. They're not tied up anymore. They're not burned. And the fourth one, he looks like a son of the gods." The crowd stared. Inside the furnace, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were walking calmly, as if the flames were only warm wind. Beside them stood a bright, glowing figure. His face was full of peace and power. He was shining with light. The king jumped to his feet. "Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, come out of the fire." The men walked out. Everyone stared in awe. Their clothes weren't burned. Their hair wasn't singed. They didn't even smell like smoke. Nebuchadnezzar fell to his knees. "Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. No other God can save like this." From that day on, the king made a new rule. No one could speak badly about the God of Israel. And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were given great honor in the kingdom. They had been brave. They had trusted God, and God had been with them in the fire. Even when things were scary and hot and dangerous, they didn't give up, because their hearts belonged to God, and God never left their side. Even in the fire, God was there. Sometimes standing up for what is right can be hard. It can feel scary to say no when everyone else is saying yes. But just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, you are never alone. When you choose to do what's right and trust God, He is with you, even in the fire. Dear God, thank you for being with me, even when things are hard or scary. Help me be brave like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I want to follow you and trust you no matter what. Please protect me and guide me every day. I love you, God. Amen. If you like this story and want to hear more calm bedtime Bible stories, you can help our channel by liking the video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing so you don't miss the next one. May God give you sweet dreams and a heart full of courage.